Many TikTokers have been exposed for texting their underage fans in very bizarre and disturbing ways, and even harassing them. This video will explore a few of those TikTok creeps, starting with Laimi. Laimi is a popular TikToker from the Bay Area in California who doesn't make any special content besides singing, dancing, and a few relatable jokes. The TikToker isn't as popular for his content as he is for being himself, which means that to his fans and followers, he is the joke. His comments on TikTok are filled with people making fun of him while spamming the frog emoji because of how much they think he looks like a frog. In 2021, Laimi was caught texting some of his underage fans in very inappropriate ways. In the now deleted chats that took place over Instagram, Laimi was caught saying some very creepy things which would cause an uproar all over the internet. As a response to the outrage, Laimi went and made an apology video which wasn't exactly received the way he would have expected.
So I know this video is gonna have to come out sooner or later, sooner now before everything gets worse, but to all the allegations and all the screenshots, it's just me coming clean about everything and telling you the truth. So yes, everything that you've seen, everything that has happened, yes, it's true.
However, the apology caused another outrage, as Laimi was in no way sorry for what he had done. Instead, he called himself the bigger person in the situation and acted like he wasn't the one who started texting the teenagers in a sexual manner. The outrage caused by his apology led him to make another apology, which was just as poorly received as the first.
It did happen. I was texting him, and knowing me being the bigger person, I should have stopped it the first message I got.
In his second apology, he once again failed to take responsibility for what he had done. According to some comments, he was more angry that he got caught than he was actually sorry for what he had done. Laimi's lack of self-awareness gained so much attention that his former partner and fellow creator, Jamie510, publicly announced that he would no longer be associating himself with or making videos with Laimi.
But this is me basically coming out and saying, I no longer associate myself with Haynes.
Sadly, the TikToker got away with it with no repercussions and is still posting videos on the platform to this day, which is very different from another TikToker who disappeared ever since he was caught live on camera. Johnny Elbows is a 37-year-old man who has been off the grid after being outed as being attracted to children. However, while he is a lot older than Laimi, his situation is not the same. The TikToker rose to fame when his friend Mario posted a video of him that went viral. In a few months, he gained about 100,000 subscribers on his own personal account, where he kept his viewers entertained by literally doing anything and everything to please them.
Let's go! Oh my god!
Once again, in this scenario, the creator himself was the meme. Johnny saw the peak of his TikTok career out, but it all crashed down after a single crazy statement he made on one of his live videos. In this video, Johnny was moving away from some children who he said were always trying to bother him. He avoided getting bullied by them, so he and his cameraman, Mario, moved to the park where he sat down and was telling the children to back off. It was at that moment that he said one of the most bizarre things a 36-year-old man could ever say on the internet.
Come on, dude, get real.
I don't have Snapchat. I don't even go on there.
I just want to be friends.
We are friends, but...
Alright, they're leaving y'all. Sorry, I apologize about this, everybody.
Especially that girl in the shorts. She keeps looking at me.
Leave them alone, John. Don't pay them no attention, man. If you don't give them any attention, they won't bother you. You know what I mean?
She does have a cute butt, though.
No, John.
The comment was certainly strange, but at one point, a lot of his followers barely saw what was wrong with the comment because they thought of him as a teenager who was at most 17 years old. However, thanks to comments from people who personally knew Johnny Elbows, a lot of people were only finding out about how old the guy really was. Some commenters argued that Johnny was mentally with the mind of a child. The fact that he believed the children were out to bully him, despite him being almost 40, were all the signs they needed to believe he did not have the mental capacity for the internet. Eventually, he made an apology video announcing to the world that he would be leaving TikTok and taking down all of his videos.
I'm sorry. If you want, you can put me in a home. I don't mind it. I'll be away from everybody else anyways.
After that incident, nobody heard from Johnny ever again. But unlike Johnny Elbows, who was outed because of a single statement that was made by a mistake, Buddy Haynes is probably one of the most intentional predators the internet has ever seen. His story involves multiple Snapchat receipts, disturbing videos, and a successful sting operation. Buddy started TikTok in 2018 when the platform had just taken off. To become an internet sensation, he posted dancing and singing videos and duets to impress his audience. However, with his little taste of fame, he began making his infamous bad boy videos.
You don't have to be funny. Hell, you don't even have to be really that good looking. What they really want is they want a Batman in the streets and a Joker in the sheets.
The videos were very disturbing, but there was nothing slowing him down. His creepy behavior only got worse from that moment on. He began making duets with other TikTokers who all looked underage.
Ow! Ow, Charlie! Ow!
The duets quickly gained attention and opened the floodgates to a lot of questions about the middle-aged creator being a possible deviant. However, he wasn't completely exposed until a creator known as Bithoji made a video calling him out for making very inappropriate advances on underage girls.
On the 2nd of October 2018, a TikToker by the name of Bithoji would upload a video explaining that the Buddy had been acting a little unethical behind the scenes.
Buddy Boudet talks to girls from the ages of like 12 to 15. He messages them on Instagram with very lewd videos and lewd messages and pictures, etc. A group of people, including myself, called him out on it, and now law enforcement is taking over.
After she made the video, many girls started to come to her to expose their disturbing conversations with Buddy, and a YouTuber who goes by Jay Aubrey reached out to some of these girls to get solid evidence against Buddy.
I reached out to one of these girls who gratuitously handed me a number of screenshots and videos sent to her on Snapchat and Instagram by the Buddy himself. Keep in mind he was reportedly well aware of her age at the time.
Why don't you just send me something? Well, it's like blowing a kiss or something. If you don't want to, that's fine. Maybe next week we can meet? Just meet you and see you, honestly. Maybe meet in Nashville or something.
And of course, it doesn't change once he got her phone number.
You're a hottie and I'm an ugly.
Oh, so I see some sugar daddy action at play here. Well done, Brandon.
Sent you something on Snap. Oops, may I be honest?
Yeah, sure, haha.
I sent those videos because I'm sorta turned on and wanted to tease.
As creepy as those messages are, the videos he sent to her were far more disturbing.
So what were those videos, you may ask? Well, good thing she sent me some of those too.
Keep in mind that Buddy was well aware he was speaking to a minor, and this is just one of many who admitted to being by the 26-year-old TikToker. He eventually disappeared, leading everyone involved to believe he was arrested and gone for good, but that wasn't the case. Buddy returned to the internet with everything terrible to say about the people who wanted him away from children. The old TikToker would roam the internet freely once again until a YouTuber known as Activist's Plug pretended to be a teenage girl to bait Buddy into meeting him at an open location.
Oh, Lord have mercy. How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
What you up to?
I'm just hanging out.
Just hanging out?
Yep.
Not meeting a friend?
No.
This last bit of exposure seemed to put the final nail in the coffin to end Buddy's creepy run on TikTok, but after that, he disappeared from the internet and was rumored to have been arrested by the police for driving slowly around a school. Well, that was until 2021, when he came back to YouTube under the name Papa Freak and made a video telling his side of the story and apologizing.
Maybe I should have been more adamant about, okay, maybe this is not the right video. Maybe we could do something different. But I didn't. That's on me.
The day finally went under the radar, giving everyone the impression that he had learned his lesson for good, but he seemed like a fully grown man with the mental capacity of a child. However, hardly anyone tried to make excuses for him. On the other hand, after all, the TikToker seemed absolutely unforgivable. But when it comes to being unforgivable, Jupiter takes the cake. The TikToker lives in his own delusions, admits to his own crimes, and takes it out on everyone to accept him for who he is. However, he was caught on multiple occasions sending the strange strangers' videos and texts to underage girls, despite being a 25-year-old man. Jupiter earned the nickname The Hybrid after he went on and on about how he was born a cross between a werewolf mother and a vampire father.
I'm a hybrid between vampire and werewolf. I'm a hybrid. My dad's a vampire, my blood dad's a vampire, my blood mom's a werewolf.
On top of being absorbed by his own delusions, the TikToker openly admits he has fantasies of burying people close to him who might have offended him in one way or another. The TikToker was brought to the spotlight by another content creator known as Linda Binder, who made a 6-episode podcast interviewing Jupiter for the whole world to get to know him better. Thanks to Linda Binder, the internet found out he was a man with the mind of a child with a few psychotic tendencies. They also found out he had a thing for inappropriately talking. And just to prove, there's video evidence to incriminate him if he ever becomes a predator.
I know that you want this badly. This werewolf is very hot for you.
As if that wasn't enough, his former colleague who made those podcasts with him also made a documentary on every illegal act he had done with while giving a sneak peek at one of the atrocities he had committed.
Jupiter, can I still send you pictures of myself even if I'm underage? Because I'm only 13.
It's up to you, sweetie, if you want to, because I don't mind. If you do, I don't mind. Do you plan on turning me in if I say yes?
No, I would never.
I'd lower the consent all the way to 16 if you guys wanted me to. Or I'd even change it to 15 if you guys wanted me to.
In the video, Jupiter asked if the girl he was talking to would turn him in if he said yes, meaning he knew very well the kind of offense he was committing but did it anyway. Jupiter may have gotten away with this behavior despite showing so much serial killer energy, but a lot of people have reported him to the police for investigations in the hope that he is taken away from the public completely. His story, while similar to the next we are about to show you, ends very differently as the next TikTok supervillain does get arrested for being a predator. Brandon is a 20-year-old TikToker who became popular after posting a video of him asking Dixie D'Amelio to date him. He started to lose relevance after his first viral video, so he did one of the most bizarre things you certainly never would have thought of to gain attention.
Got another one for the girls. How about no menstruation March? You cannot menstruate in the month of March. Is this a good idea?
As you were just forced to see, Brandon made reverse No Not November jokes for women. His videos resurfaced again, which forced people to expose the skeletons in his closet.
That's fine! I did kiss a 9-year-old!
Yes, you heard that correctly. He kissed a 9-year-old, and he was in no way apologetic or ashamed of it. In the heat of everything, Brandon thought that he should be forgiven and pardoned for his crimes because other content creators have gotten away with it. He went live on Instagram to talk about how content creators such as EDP committed similar crimes, but is still roaming free to this day.
EDP doesn't... I think EDP is still on TikTok, by the way. I've seen his account pop up on my For You page.
Brandon got arrested by the police. The creepy TikToker was eventually released, and he tried to make a comeback on TikTok, but the internet just wasn't having it. Many content creators came out to remind the public of who he was and why he should be avoided.
This video is borderline gray. If you're not borderline gray, please keep on scrolling.
No. I suggest you stay right the f*** here. Here's a reminder of who that person in the video clip was. This man is Brandon Heberlin. He was arrested on July 31st by the Eastern Kentucky Police Department. He was charged with 4th-degree assault, 3rd-degree sexual abuse, and 2nd-degree unlawful imprisonment.
Just like Brandon, Dylan has many people on his case who are waiting for the day he faces justice and is taken as far away from minors as possible. The content creator is famous on TikTok and Instagram, where he makes videos acting like the main character in a romantic fantasy. A lot of people might be confused about how someone like him managed 400,000 followers by making content like that, but it makes sense when you consider the fact that a lot of his fans and followers are teenage girls. Sadly for them, Dylan holds nothing back when it comes to texting his underage fans in the most bizarre and creepy ways you can think of. The TikToker still walks free and is still posting, but a lot of content creators have come out to publicly warn people of his predatory behavior. One of those creators creators, known as Your Favorite Guy on TikTok, who claims to have known him before he turned 18, exposed some of his inappropriate texts to children around the ages of 13 and 14.
This is Dylan Zippy. This is also Dylan Zippy. This is Dylan Zippy, a 14-year-old. This is Dylan Zippy, a 13-year-old. This is Dylan Zippy, a 14-year-old. Dylan Zippy is 20 years old, and I knew him before he was 18. The reason I knew him was because there was a Snapchat group chat of a bunch of TikTokers, and we were both in it. And this was before all this stuff came out about him. While we were both in this group chat, it came out that while he was 17, he was multiple 14-year-olds, multiple 13-year-olds. I told him to cut it out. Did he? Not at all. Us creators ended up contacting his parents about his behavior. They made him deactivate the account, but since then he's moved out. Unsurprisingly, 2 years later, he has once again been caught trying to and meet up with 14-year-olds.
However, the outrage pushed the TikToker to make an apology video that wasn't so well accepted by the public.
Talk to you guys for a bit. This is my apology video. So for anyone out there, I just want to say I'm sorry. I did not mean to be creepy in any way. I just wanted to be a nice person and to sing for her. And I did not know that she was 14. She didn't tell me her age.
Dylan didn't seem to have any remorse for what he did, but instead wanted people to stop hating him for the crimes he committed. Moreover, the apology didn't seem to do anything to slow him down. Other creators talked about how they successfully baited him by pretending to be minors, and how he still pretended to be a 14-year-old boy so that he could flirt with younger teenagers. Not much has been done about the predatory TikToker, and his videos still seem to be out on the internet, but the TikToker who has been following up on his case recently updated that he has been fired from the trampoline park where he works with children.
Dylan Zippy got fired from the Sky Zone he worked at, which is a trampoline park where he works with a bunch of little kids who come there to jump on trampolines. This guy Jake hit me up and was telling me about how he knew what trampoline park Dylan Zippy worked at, and I think he worked at multiple. And the reason he knew this is because his friend was working with Dylan Zippy, and last week he hit me up and it was like, he got fired from his work, and I said,
while we wait for further actions from appropriate authorities, Dylan should not be allowed anywhere near people below the age of 18 before he pulls the final plug that would not just land him in jail, but ruin an innocent child's life forever. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and if you're curious to know the most degenerate TikToker and YouTuber stories, click the video on screen now.